Hello, and welcome to this webcast that we are calling A Flying Start to Year 7. Our Year 7 students have made a fantastic start as they've adjusted to secondary school life. We're incredibly proud of them already. And we hope that the information we share with you through this video and the opportunity that you have to meet with your child's form tutor will help to set your child up for a successful year ahead. My name's Mr. Smith and I'm Deputy Head Teacher, and it's a pleasure to be able to speak to you through this meeting. There are also a number of other key staff who work with Year 7. They are Mr. Gooding, Assistant Head Teacher, Leslie Hook, Year Team Leader, Dan Jenner, Progress Leader, and Annette Duncan, Student Support Officer. On Tuesday the 14th October, you'll also have the opportunity to have a 5-minute consultation with your child's form tutor, who is probably the most important person in your child's school experience. You're able to book this through School Cloud, and details were sent out by email prior to this webcast. You'll be able to discuss how your child has settled into the Angring School, the successes that they've already achieved, and any areas to focus on. We'll also give you a short report sharing your child's art points, any consequent points, their homework completion rate, attendance, and guidance for selecting reading books at the appropriate level. During this webcast, we'll share with you some information that builds upon what you heard when you came into school before the summer holidays and had a presentation in the canteen, along with meeting in your child's tutor base. We'll talk about the school values, attendance, uniform, homework, supporting young people at home, and share with you some key dates. You'll also hear from key staff in the English, Maths and Science departments for an overview of what your child will be learning this year. Now, it wouldn't be a school meeting if we didn't discuss our school values. These are central to school life for your child. I hope they've been able to talk to you about achieving art points for demonstrating ambition, respect, and courage already. We want our students to be ambitious, to set high academic and personal goals. This means trying their best in every lesson every day, listening, learning, asking questions, and embedding what they learn in school by completing their homework. We want our students to be respectful. We want them to recognise that they're privileged to have specialist teachers in all subjects, to keep a respectful attitude towards their peers and the learning process, and also to respect themselves through excellent attendance, participation, and self-discipline. Finally, we want our students to be courageous. We know it's a real challenge to adjust to secondary school life. They may feel worried or apprehensive at times, and these are entirely normal feelings for a young person as they go through their schooling, and it's our role to support them. We want to encourage them to maintain resilience, especially when they have assessments, and not to shy away from difficult tasks or topics. Instilling our young people with these 3 core values is a 3-way partnership between school, home, and your child. And this powerful triangle, if working together and holding consistent messages, that's what leads to thriving children at the heart. This is our little opportunity to thank you for supporting us. We ask that you continue to support us. If we need to speak to your child about unrolling their skirt or speak about completing their homework, then we ask that you work with us and hold that same consistent message. One of the ways we ask you to support school and your child is through ensuring your child completes their homework. We have a very carefully planned and sequenced curriculum. This means that key knowledge, skills, and concepts are taught and then revisited at regular points. Our homework is carefully planned, so if students have learned something in a lesson, they'll get further practice to embed their learning at a later point. We set all our homework on MCAS, My Child at School, so you can see what homework your child has to complete. In English, Maths and Science, we set homework on Sparks. This is an intuitive piece of software that's proven to have a positive impact on young people's learning. We set 1 hour each week in each subject and give a week to complete it. At the start of this term, we've gradually introduced homework in core subjects, and after half term, your child will start to be set homework in other subjects, which you can see on this slide. Now, on this slide, you can see some proven approaches that help young people with completing homework. Having that routine is really important. We set homework with realistic deadlines as we understand young people also have other clubs and activities that they're doing. It's therefore really important for our students to plan when they're going to do their homework and not leave it all to the last minute. This may seem obvious, but mobile phones do not help with completing homework. They are a distraction and proven to divert attention. AI is a wonderful tool in some ways, but it also provides the opportunity for students to cheat in their homework. With the way that Sparks works, if your child is using AI to get the answers, it will pick up that your child is answering accurately very quickly, and it will increase the complexity level. It will think your child's the next Einstein. This in turn can decrease confidence with homework and lead to further difficulties. So we encourage children to answer themselves, not using artificial intelligence. As I mentioned previously, we carefully plan our curriculum and homework to revisit previously learned topics. This helps to commit learning to long-term memory. What you can see on the slide is something called the forgetting curve. This is taken from research by Ebbinghaus and shows that the more someone practices retrieving something that they've learned previously, the more likely it is that it will be remembered for the long term. Each day your child completes study capture at the end of period 5. This is where we spend about 5 minutes getting our students to think hard about what they've learned over the day and write down the key learning and vocabulary from each lesson. Your child has a planner which was given to them at the start of the year. We know that if you ask a child what they did at school today, they'll look at you with a blank expression, most likely. I have children myself, I know the drill. However, if you ask them to get out their planner, it will hopefully jog their memory. This is a really effective way of having a good conversation over dinner with your child about their learning. I'm now going to hand over to Mr. Gooding for some further messages.
Hello everyone. I just wanted to say how incredibly proud we are of our new Year 7 students. They've made a fantastic start to life here at Angmering, full of enthusiasm, positivity and a real eagerness to get involved. It's been wonderful to see them finding their way around our site with growing confidence and settling into new routines so quickly. The real highlight so far was our Out of Bounds trip, a brilliant day of team bonding, challenge and fun. The students supported one another beautifully and it was so lovely to see so many new friendships forming. We've also been thrilled by the number of Year 7s joining our enrichment clubs, applying to be school leaders, representing Angmering in sports teams, and getting involved in our fantastic opportunities such as Dance Live. It's wonderful to see them embracing every part of school life and showing such enthusiasm for new experiences. Getting involved in enrichment sport and creative activities is such an important part of school life. It builds confidence, teamwork, and a real sense of belonging. Well done, Year 7. We're very proud of the brilliant start you've made and can't wait to see everything you'll achieve this year. At Angmering, we talk a lot about ambition, setting high expectations and doing the small things every day that help us achieve big goals. That starts with something simple but really powerful, being in school every day. We're really pleased that a very large number of our students already have 100% attendance this year, a fantastic start that shows real effort and responsibility. We also have the majority of our year group above 98%, which is moving towards the outstanding mark. But it's important to remember that 90% isn't good enough, and that's explained in the table. This is why it's recognised as persistent absence. It might sound okay, but it actually means missing around 20 days of school. That's over 100 lessons missed. When lessons are missed, academic gaps widen, and it's harder to stay on track to reach those ambitious goals. Our exam data from last year puts that into a practical context. Every student with over 98% attendance passed both English and Maths and secured their first choice route beyond Angmering. But on average, students below 90% attendance did not achieve a pass in either subject. We know children get the occasional cough or cold, and that's normal. In the vast majority of cases, they can still come to school, and if they're struggling, we'll always support them through the day. If you're unsure, send them in and talk to us. We'll contact you if they really need to go home. Good attendance isn't about luck, it's about routine, communication, and working together to make sure every child gets the best chance to succeed. At Angmering, we take great pride in how our students present themselves, because the way we wear our uniform reflects the pride we have in our school community. A smart uniform shows respect for ourselves, for each other, and for the opportunities that we're given every day. We also have high standards when it comes to equipment. Being ready to learn means having everything you need. your full set of equipment, your student planner, and your ARC passport. Every single day. These are the small things that make a big difference. It's been great to see so many of you rising to meet these expectations with such positivity. The way you've responded shows real commitment and pride in being part of our team. Keep it up. You're setting a real high standard for others to follow. At Angmering, we know students do their best when home and school work together. One of the biggest ways parents can support learning is by helping to manage how technology is used at home. Mobile phones and social media can easily distract from sleep, homework, and revision, and many of these apps have strict age restrictions for a reason. We encourage parents to stay aware of what your child is using, when they're using it, and help them to switch off before bedtime. Making sure students get enough rest, have a quiet space to work, and bring water to stay hydrated all play a huge part in helping them focus and achieve their best. And as we move into assessment periods, please ensure every student has a black pen. It's a simple way to prepare them for real exam conditions. Thank you for your continued support in helping our young people stay focused, healthy, and ready to learn.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Buckle. I am Head of English and Assistant Head at the Angmering School. So at Key Stage 3, students study the ARC Mastery curriculum, which is 7 hours of English a fortnight. 4 hours of those are literary heritage, which is the study of texts, novels, plays, poems, such as Oliver Twist, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Small Island. The first text that they study is Oliver Twist, and the major theme of courage links in with our school values and it inspires our children to be courageous in the choices that they make every day. They go on to study A Midsummer Night's Dream, Shakespeare's comedy, where they learn about the chaotic nature of love and families. They also do 3 hours of writing mastery, which is the nuts and bolts of sentence structure, grammar, punctuation, absolutely crucial, not just for their English studies, but also supports their writing completely across the curriculum. They have 1 hour of tutor reading program. So by the time they leave in year 11, they will have read an extra minimum 15 texts outside of the text that they read in English. They read those together with their tutor in dear time, drop everything and read. So what can you do to help support your child at home? First thing is you can encourage them to complete their Sparks reader homework each week. They need to achieve 300 SRPs, Sparks reader points, every week, and it's due on a Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. weekly. You can also ask them about the text that they're reading. What do you think Oliver should have done? Would you have done this? What would you have done in Portia's place? And so on. Ask them about the characters and the settings. Also, encourage conversation about the world around them. It's good for them to have opinions on local, national, and even international events that are happening in the world. Thank you.
Hi and welcome to Science. Our subject lead for Science is Miss Savage and I am Miss McClellan, the Key Stage 3 Science Coordinator. So obviously oversee Year 7, 8 and 9. What your children are going to be learning throughout Year 7 is here. So they will have their topics split across the 3 specialisms, biology, chemistry and physics. And they usually have 2 teacher split and they will do 2 different topics alongside each other. If they obviously only have 1 teacher, they will do 1 topic and then follow on the next one. But we do try and keep them separate. And we do run different specialisms at the same time. So if they're doing biology and chemistry, the next time they would probably do physics and biology. We don't run 2 chemistries, 2 physics, etc. to try and make sure they get a nice broad curriculum whilst they're going through their subjects. So how your children are going to be assessed in Year 7, we do skills as much as we can. Embedding that working scientifically, practice is really important. So we do explicitly teach them in most lessons, and then we assess the skills in every topic that they do. It's just in-class assessment where we look at different disciplines. We do also practice these at regular points as well. So the skills aren't new to them. It will be something they've practiced quite a lot previously before they do their assessment. We also do extended writing every half term. That's in order to help prep them for GCSEs. So they've got the confidence going forwards from Key Stage 3 into Key Stage 4 with using the extended writing vocabulary, making sure that they feel confident to fill the space given to them, and just overall prepping them ready for that. We do 2 in-class exams throughout the year, their formal assessments, and then at the summer they will do their end-of-year assessment in the hall, getting them ready, obviously, then to go off into Year 8. So for every science lesson, what we require, obviously, is the main staples: pen, pencil, rubber, purple pens, rulers, calculators. Calculators are quite important because obviously we do use maths principles in our subject. And then obviously any long hair needs to be tied up when we're doing practicals. So if they can just make sure they've got a spare one in the bag with them, that'd be really helpful to keep them safe when we're doing those. And then their homework throughout the year. We use the Spark Science platform. Science homework is set on a Wednesday and checked the following Wednesday. So Wednesday is science homework day, set at 8 a.m, due in at 8 a.m. If there's any issues with homework or they feel like they need some extra support, they can come to the period 6 session. We run them on Mondays. They're in F7. There's members of the department in there to help them. If you have any other questions, queries, or haven't covered anything, please don't hesitate to contact the science department and we will get back to you. Thanks.
Hello and welcome. I'm Mr. Pattenden, one of the maths teachers here at the Angmering School. Our department leads are Mrs. Abbott and Mr. Northwood. We're really proud of how well our Year 7s have started their journey with us. They've shown so much enthusiasm, curiosity and positivity towards their learning already. It's been wonderful to see them showing our school values of ambition, respect and courage in every lesson. They've also made a fantastic start with their homework. We're already seeing real improvements in their times tables and overall progress, which is brilliant to see so early in the year. Our curriculum in maths. In maths, our curriculum is designed around a clear cycle. We revisit the main areas of number, algebra, geometry, and statistics throughout the year. This approach means students are always recalling knowledge and building on this while developing new knowledge and skills step by step. Students are placed in like-minded groups so we can provide the right level of challenge and support. These groups will be reviewed at half term. We also carry out 2 mini assessments each half term. These help us check understanding and make sure everyone is secure before moving forward. Across the year, students will strengthen their number fluency, explore algebraic thinking, and work on shape, space, and data handling. Our aim is to help them understand the why, as well as the how, to make mathematical connections, reason effectively, and feel confident explaining their ideas. Homework is set every week on a Wednesday through Sparks Maths. Students log in using their school email address and select Sign In with Google. Sparks uses artificial intelligence to personalise learning. It adapts questions based on each child's progress, giving their practice exactly where they need it most. The best support you can give is to encourage your child to watch the videos and work through their homework independently rather than completing it for them. If you'd like more information, the Sparks Maths website has an excellent parents page explaining how the platform works. To help your child feel confident and prepared, please make sure they have the right equipment for every maths lesson. A pen, pencil, ruler, rubber, protractor, pair of compasses, and a scientific calculator. We recommend the Casio model shown here, which is available to purchase through Parent Pay if needed. The most powerful thing you can do to support your child in maths is to talk about it positively. Ask them what they've been learning, how they approached a problem, and praise their effort as well as their results. Encourage them to complete homework soon after it's set on Wednesdays and to come to lessons fully equipped and ready to learn. And most importantly, remind them that everyone can be successful in maths. Confidence and persistence really do make the biggest difference.
Hello again. So this just leaves me to talk a little bit about what the 14th of October will entail. Before I do, I just want to mention something that we wrote to you about in the letter home. We are hosting a Scholastic book fair where students are able to browse and purchase books during break and lunch times in the library from Monday the 13th to Thursday the 16th October. Parents and carers are also able to buy book tokens in advance for your child to spend. And the book fair will also be available at the Year 7 meeting on Tuesday, the 14th October, where you'll also have the additional option to pay online using a QR code. If we can raise at least £320, we'll be able to claim 25% back in free books for school. So it would be really great if you could support our efforts with that. That just leaves me to thank you for watching the video. I hope you found it useful. On the 14th October, please make your way to the canteen to meet with your child's tutor. You'll receive a short report outlining their attendance, their homework completion, the ARC reward points that they've achieved already, and any consequence points. And we really look forward to seeing you then. Thanks again.